my name is Cannon Cash, and you're watching Survive to the Finish. Today, we're going to be talking about what to do if you're out hiking like I am with that goober over there, and you get lost. And what do? What are your first steps? Well, I'm going to tell you, so buckle up. So a little change of plans. So you're probably wondering, why is he in a cave? Well, the intro that you probably just watched was filmed out there, and it was beautiful weather, okay? And about 10 minutes later, when I was filming this part of the video, it started to absolutely downpour rain. Sorry, something dripped on me. I'm in some old limestone caves right now, filming this part. So we're just gonna go for it. So let's paint the picture here. So first of all, this video you probably already know is about what to do if you get lost out in the woods. What should be kind of like your first steps. So let's paint the picture, the mental picture. Okay. So I'm out hiking with my dog. He's over there, he's laying in clay mud. This is like clay, sticky clay mud. So I have to go with that. Anyway, so I'm out walking him, and he runs off. He sees some deer, okay? And he starts running, absolutely booking it towards some towards some deer, sorry. Speaking of deer, I picked a deer tick off of me. So, beautiful. Okay, so back to the video. He starts running. I start chasing after him. Soon enough, I'm not on the path anymore and we're lost. Okay? I don't know what's going on. I'm not like on this kind of property. Let's say I'm like in a national forest, like Daniel Boone National Forest is a national forest, very close to me and stuff. In fact, my granddad kind of is like, we live very close to the Natural Bridge and stuff. So I'm there out hiking with him, and we realized, oh gosh, we're lost. So what should we do? The first kind of like a thing you should do is I call it the stop. Just kind of like, I guess you call it like the stop method. So S is sit down, okay? So sorry I keep touching my, itching and stuff. I've just picked 3 deer ticks off me, so I'm kind of freaking out. But anyway, first thing is S, sit down. So just kind of find, like a log or something, and just kind of sit down and think, just kind of think about, where am I? Which direction did I come from? Do I remember anything on how to get back to the trail? Okay? And if you're just completely black, you don't remember anything, You've sat there for 20, 30 minutes, okay? An hour even. So, T is also just kind of think. So, just think about, how did I get to here? Do I remember any, big trees? That's O, is observe. So, whenever I was chasing my dog, do I remember, weird looking tree? Do I remember a big rock that kind of looked a little weird? Do I remember these caves? Do I remember running past some caves or something? That's, just kind of think about that. And then P is plan. So, kind of think, okay, what do I need to do? Let's kind of start getting a kind of shelter, because if you can't remember anything, let's say it's getting late in the day. So here in the winter time, this is summer, but in the winter time, it gets dark where I am at about 5:30, 6 o'clock, So let's say, it's 4 o'clock whenever, you're out hiking and stuff, and you just, so you're probably not going, if you kind of find a place, you're going to want to sit still, because chances are you're going to go in the wrong direction, honestly. The odds are not in your favor. So that's one thing. It's just kind of stay put. Kind of, maybe find some trees that are kind of falling over, just kind of start building a little campsite. And then, what do you have with you? So this goes along with building a shelter. Do you have a bag with you? Do you have anything in your pockets? Do you have, like if you're a smoker, and you're trying to kill yourself with cigarettes, not like vaping, but cigarettes, do you have a lighter with you? Do you have anything like that? If you're vaping, then you're just out of luck, I'm sorry, but it's true. Kids, don't vape, okay? YouTube, if YouTube strikes this video, they take it down, I'm going to take that as they want me to tell you to vape, okay? So listen, YouTube, don't do it. I'm telling kids not to vape. That's going to be the title of this video. Kids don't vape, okay? Okay, so do you have any rope? Let's say you have a bag and you have a map with you. Well, then you probably don't need to be building a shelter if you know how to read a map. You can kind of, I know at a lot of, ranger stations, kind of like where, Natural Bridge, kind of like at the lodge, they have maps of Natural Bridge, of all the trails. So you can find what trail you're on and then kind of, where, and then you get, excuse me. You can kind of find your way out that way. Like, what trail am I on? Kind of where was I? How far into the trail was I whenever I went off, And then that can definitely help you. So let's say you just have a lighter in your pocket. Okay, maybe you have some rope. Use the rope to build a shelter. Okay, that's the first thing. Change. Woo. Okay, so you're building your shelter and you have a lighter. Okay, so work on building your shelter. That's kind of like the first thing you want to do is get some cover, okay? So after that's done, you're going to, and also here, I kind of am going kind of back, but whenever you sit kind of, in the very first stop, sit, and think, you also, and this also goes with what you have. If you have anything to signal with, if you have a whistle, a signal mirror, let's say, like you're a girl, you have your makeup bag, a lot of makeup, I guess eyeliner, I don't know exactly. But I know a lot of them have built-in mirrors, so then, you can see whenever you're putting on your makeup. That's perfect for signaling someone. And if you take anything from this video, know that 3 is the, the national distress kind of symbol. 3, hold on, I'm gonna find a rock. 3 whacks, okay, on something. Here, trying to find 2 rocks together. Okay. Okay, and then wait a minute. The rocks are falling apart, but you get the idea. Whether that be 3 kind of whistles. I don't have a whistle with me, just pretend, and I can't whistle, so just kind of pretend. That's the best whistle I got. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to deal with deal with it. Take a stick, bang on a tree, anything. Try not to yell, because that's just gonna. If you have a whistle, use your whistle. If you have yelling, do that. But just know your voice is gonna you're gonna lose your voice. That's gonna make you a lot thirstier. I think that's a word. That's gonna make you thirsty, and it's just not going to be good, because then, you have to worry about finding water, So, that's going to be another thing that we talk about here. I'm going to get my list. So, water and food. You can go, another rule of 3s. I'm going to teach you the rule of 3s. 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, and then, this also goes kind of and these aren't in order, and 3 hours in harsh conditions. What is my dog? Okay. I'm sorry, that scared me to death. I might want to get out of these caves. Anyway, 3 minutes without air, 3 hours in harsh conditions, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Okay? So, you can go 3 days without water. That is if before you did this, you chugged 20 gallons of water, okay? Average person is dehydrated anyway. I'm definitely dehydrated. I have, that's something I definitely have to work on, and especially in the summer and especially in the winter. Let me say this. In the winter, you're not sweating. You don't think you need a lot of, you don't think you need as much water as you do, but you definitely do. So that's another thing. So really, a day without water, honestly. If we're being honest, 2 days at the max without water. 3 weeks without food, that is if you are 600 pounds, okay? Here, I'm gonna stand back here so you can see how skinny I am. I am a skinny little guy, okay? I am 13 years old, and I weigh, on a good day, 88 pounds, okay? I'm not making it 3 weeks. I'm making it 3 days, I mean, to where I am just 3 days without food. I am huddled against a tree, just waiting to meet my fate, and most likely I'm passed out, okay? So I'm not making it that long. So eat worms if you have to, anything just to kind of get some sustenance. And honestly, whenever we're talking about to get lost, if you're lost in the woods, chances are within the first 72 hours you're gonna be found. And if you're not, then you have to find your way out. And that's kind of, a lot of people think, well, I'll just kind of wait for someone to come get me. Chances are a lot of times, if you didn't follow kind of these first couple rules of kind of build a base shelter, start signaling, get a fire going with some smoke, you're honestly probably not going to be found. You kind of just have to find your way out. And I'm not saying go walk in circles. I'm saying stay put 3 days, okay? Signal, build fires, yell. Maybe if you can, walk, every day, kind of walk around, and just kind of, yell, signal, whistle, mirror, to just kind of, and then, after that, you just kind of are on your own. You just kind of have to find your way out, honestly. So that's kind of, it's a bummer, but you kind of do. And most people, they think they're lost. They're really not. They're just off the path a little, Chances are, if you do get lost and you get found, you ask the person who found you, how far away was I from a trail, from a parking lot, from a house, They're gonna say, a mile and a half. 5,280 feet isn't a mile. Okay, you can walk that. That's you walk 10 miles minimum at Disneyland, okay? So it's really, people get scared, they panic, phones, they lose cell service, and they die. I know a lot of kids my age, if they are not with a cell phone, some type of technology, they seriously panic. They don't know what to do. It's like kids don't know how to talk. I'm going on a rant, this little Canaan rant. Just kind of get outside. That's all. So I'm going to quit ranting. So, okay guys, well I hope you liked the video. This is probably going to be a part 1. If you guys want me to do a part 2, maybe kind of more on a nicer day, reenact this more, kind of show you guys instead of just telling you guys what to do. I can do that. Just kind of let me know and stuff in the comments. I'm going to be one of those YouTubers. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below if you like this video. Yeah, man. And tell my co-star Zeus over there that it was a good video. He did a great job. Come here, buddy. You did a good job. Tell the people that. Tell the people. Okay. Well, yeah, he's running the show here. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you back in the next one. Bye.